Hello friends and cat lovers. I'm sure many of you have seen those viral videos where cats panic and jump up when they see an ordinary cucumber quietly placed behind them. These funny reactions get millions of views, but have you ever wondered what's really going through a cat's mind at that moment? If you're interested in understanding this amazing phenomenon and finding out why our furry companions react so strangely to a harmless vegetable, hit that subscribe button right now. On our channel, we regularly reveal the most interesting secrets of cat behavior that will help you better understand your pet. And today, we'll dive into the amazing world of cat psychology and examine 8 scientifically based reasons why cucumbers cause such fear in our domestic predators. First reason, the surprise effect, the main fear factor. Let's start with the most important thing. In most cases, cats aren't scared of the cucumber itself, but of the suddenness of its appearance. If you watch popular videos carefully, you'll notice a common pattern. The cucumber is secretly placed behind the cat, usually when it's eating or busy with something else. When the pet turns around and suddenly discovers something that wasn't there a second ago, a natural startle response kicks in. Cats are territorial animals with excellently developed spatial memory. They perfectly remember which objects are where in their territory. The sudden appearance of any new object, whether it's a cucumber or, for example, a banana, will cause a similar reaction. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Unexpected changes in the environment can signal danger. Interestingly, research shows if you introduce a cat to a cucumber in a calm setting, let it sniff and explore it, no fear will arise. Many cats even start playing with the cucumber if they get used to it as an ordinary object in the house. Second reason, resemblance to snakes, ancient self-preservation instinct. One of the most popular theories explaining cats' fear of cucumbers is related to their visual similarity to snakes. The elongated green shape of a cucumber indeed resembles a snake, especially at a glance or in peripheral vision. Despite the fact that domestic cats may have never encountered snakes, fear of them may be embedded at the genetic level. Evolutionary biologists call this innate predator recognition, the ability of animals to instinctively fear natural enemies even without personal experience of encountering them. In the wild, snakes pose a real threat to cats, especially to kittens. Many snake species hunt small mammals, and over millions of years of evolution, felines may have developed an instinct to avoid snake-like objects. When your domestic cat sees a cucumber, ancient neural circuits in its brain may activate a fight-or-flight response, even if rationally there's no danger. Third reason, unusual smell, chemical alarm. Cats have exceptional smell, which is approximately 14 times sharper than human smell. They perceive the world primarily through smells, and cucumbers have a quite specific aroma for them. Fresh cucumbers contain compounds called aldehydes and alcohols, which give them their characteristic smell. For a cat's nose, these substances can be unfamiliar and even irritating. Some of these compounds have similarities to alarm pheromones that other animals release in moments of danger. Additionally, store-bought cucumbers may have traces of pesticides or other chemicals on their surface, whose smell may be associated with danger for a cat. Their sensitive nose picks up these smells even when the vegetable seems practically odorless to us. Interestingly, cats living in rural areas where cucumbers are grown at home usually fear these vegetables less, possibly because they get used to their smell from an early age. Fourth reason, moment of vulnerability, attack during mealtime. If you carefully watch most viral videos with cucumbers and cats, you'll notice a pattern. The cucumber is usually placed while the cat is eating from its bowl. This is a critically important moment for understanding the entire situation. Mealtime is a period of special vulnerability for any predator, including domestic cats. When an animal is focused on food, its attention to the surrounding environment decreases. In the wild, this is a moment when a cat itself can become prey for a larger predator. Evolutionarily, cats are programmed to be especially alert during meals. Any unexpected appearance of a potential threat at this moment causes an intensified startle response. If the same cucumber were placed next to a sleeping cat, the reaction would likely be less dramatic. Veterinary psychologists note that regularly scaring a cat during meals can lead to serious behavioral problems, including food refusal and increased anxiety. The feeding place should be associated with safety in the pet's mind, not with threat. Fifth reason, lack of socialization with vegetables, fear of the unknown. This may sound funny, but most domestic cats simply aren't socialized with vegetables. Unlike dogs, which often receive vegetables as treats or diet supplements, cats are strict predators whose natural diet consists predominantly of meat. As a result, many cats simply don't know what a cucumber is. They've never seen it before, haven't had the opportunity to explore its smell, texture, and other characteristics, and the unknown often causes fear. This is a basic protective mechanism common to most animals. Research shows that cats that grew up in homes where fresh vegetables, including cucumbers, are regularly prepared, react much more calmly to their presence. Early socialization with diverse objects, smells, and textures helps cats form more adaptive responses to unusual stimuli in adulthood. If you want your cat not to be afraid of cucumbers, introduce it to this vegetable gradually and in a positive context. For example, place a cucumber at some distance from your pet's favorite resting spot and give it the opportunity to independently explore the new object. Sixth reason, unusual texture and temperature, sensory dissonance. Cats are creatures with highly developed sensory systems. They perceive the world not only through vision and smell, but also through tactile sensations. Cucumbers have several unusual characteristics that can cause discomfort in cats upon contact. First, the surface of a cucumber is usually cool and moist, a combination rarely found in cats' natural habitat. The cool temperature may remind a cat of a dead animal. Living warm-blooded creatures are warm, which instinctively alerts them. Second, the texture of a cucumber, smooth but with characteristic bumps, creates unusual tactile sensations when touched with a paw or nose. For an animal accustomed to certain textures in its environment, such a sensory experience can be disorienting. Research shows that cats often show wariness toward objects with unusual tactile characteristics. This explains why some cats avoid not only cucumbers but also other vegetables with similar physical properties, such as zucchini or eggplants. Seventh reason, lack of control, violation of territorial rules. Cats are among the most territorial domestic animals. They carefully control their space and are extremely sensitive to any changes in it. The appearance of a cucumber without the cat's permission violates its sense of control over territory. In their natural environment, cats constantly patrol their territory, mark its boundaries, and carefully monitor any changes. The sudden appearance of a large unfamiliar object is perceived as an invasion and potential threat to the established order. Ethologists, animal behavior specialists, note that a cat's reaction to a cucumber often includes not only fright, but also elements of territorial behavior. After the initial recoil, many cats return to carefully examine the border violator, hiss at it, or try to attack it. Interestingly, cats living in multi-cat households where competition for territory is higher often demonstrate more pronounced reactions to unexpectedly appearing objects, including the notorious cucumbers. Eighth reason, individual experience, personal history of fear. Finally, we shouldn't forget about the role of individual experience. Each cat has a unique life history that shapes its reactions to various stimuli. Some cats may be afraid of cucumbers due to negative past experiences. For example, if a cat once got scared of a green object of similar shape or had a negative experience while exploring vegetables, this association may persist and manifest as fear of cucumbers. Cat memory for negative events is exceptionally strong. This is an evolutionary mechanism that helps avoid repeated dangers. Veterinary behavioral specialists note that cats with traumatic pasts, for example, former stray animals, often show more intense fear reactions to unusual stimuli, including harmless objects like cucumbers. It's important to understand that each cat is unique, and reactions to cucumbers can vary from complete indifference to panic fear, depending on the individual characteristics of the animal, its temperament, and past experience. So, we've examined 8 scientifically based reasons why cats react so amusingly to cucumbers. From evolutionary instincts and resemblance to snakes to individual experience and moments of vulnerability, all these factors together explain why a harmless vegetable can cause such a vivid reaction in our furry companions. But the most important thing to remember, intentionally scaring cats with cucumbers or any other objects is stress for the animal, which can lead to long-term behavioral problems. Veterinarians and animal behavior specialists unanimously do not recommend reproducing these viral experiments at home. How does your cat react to cucumbers or other unusual objects? Maybe your pet has its own unique fears or preferences. Share your stories in the comments. Your experience can be useful to other owners and help us all better understand our mysterious furry friends. If this video was useful and interesting for you, support us with a like and share it with your cat-loving friends. Together, we're creating a community of people who truly care about their pets' well-being. In the next episode, we'll tell you why cats love sitting in boxes so much. It will be an equally fascinating journey into the world of cat psychology. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Remember, understanding your cat's behavior is the key to harmonious relationships and happy life together. Take care of your purring friends and never scare them intentionally, even for a funny video.